All right, so let's work on the head. I am just winging it here. I want you to be able to be comfortable with drawing. The most important thing I think is like getting the eyes right, but let's start out doing this. I'm going to draw sort of an arc shape here, and I kind of tend to think of the hairline as the top here, and I try to divide the head into thirds. So from the bottom of the chin to the bottom of the nose is a third, then the nose to the eyebrows is a third, and then eyebrows to the hairline is a third. Because hair is a kind of a variable. You don't really know how that's going to go. And I need to switch to, I forget which one's the dark marker. Let's just see here. No, that's the good one. Let's go here with this one. I'm just going to draw this line here as an arc, as a guide, and then the top of the head, and then I'm going to again curve it down towards the chin, and I'm keeping it very light. Basically everybody has a skull mass, right? But from the top of the head to the bottom of the chin, like everything on the left side of the pen is the variable. Everything on the right side is going to be the same pretty much. So let's get his eyebrows going. I'm just ballparking it. And the most important thing about drawing the eyes from the side is to make it look sort of like a pizza. So I'm just going to draw it recessed back a little bit in his head, where I have this general wedge shape, and then I'm going to draw this curve. So it looks sort of like a slice of pizza. Are you with me? There's going to be a curve from the hairline, there's a bump, and then the eyebrows. So from the side, it's kind of prominent, and that's what varies from person to person. So I'm going to give him a little bit of a curve here and give him a bit of a bump before I come down. I'm going to try to feel for where the bottom of his nose is. I knew I drew the line, but I'm just kind of trying to eyeball it. So dropping down from the eyebrow down to the nose, think of like the tip of the nose to the back of the nose. The middle of that is where the top of his lip, or the top of the upper part of his mouth, begins. And I'm just going to kind of curve that in. Now these lines, these red lines that I made here, you can barely see them. Those are there to indicate the stair step of his lip. And then we've got the bottom of his lower lip kind of curving to the bottom of his chin. So this is kind of close. Can you see the construction of it? Now you can change the shape of his nose. You know, you can change the indentation. You can make the nose go straight up into the forehead. It really varies, like what you want to do. So I'm just kind of make sort of a general line like that. So roughly, I might tip his nose. I might change it a little. But remember that the front of the nose to the back of the nostril, halfway is where the upper lip goes. And then I'm going to drop a line here for his upper lip. Okay. Then I'm going to, I forget what the exact measurement is for how far back you go with the jaw. But once you get to where you think the jaw begins, sort of draw up, and that'll give you the top of the ear, which you can line up with the eyebrow. And then connect that back down. Line up the bottom of the nose with the bottom of the ear. And that's roughly what you've got. I'm going to get some, underneath his eyelid. I'm going to darken his eyebrows in a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of shadow underneath the corner of his eye. You see it coming together? I should have tipped his nose up some more. Thing is, I was just trying to explain for everybody and try to get the shadow or the nostril. If you're not careful, you start turning the character into yourself. So I may need to change up his nose a little bit and make it rounder and bolder. Maybe make his brow ridge more prominent, and then give him the spiky hair. And typically when you draw the planes of the head, this corner, the eyebrow, this part kind of indicates the separation of the front of the face to the side of the head. So I'm going to draw that a little bit more prominently so you can see it. Come here for the eye socket, and the corner of this eye socket to the cheekbone. I'm just going to sort of try to roll that down towards his chin. Get some expression here. I think I made his lips a little bit thicker than they are in the initial drawing. But it's okay. I'm in the ballpark, and we're getting there, right? Get the pizza of his eyeball. Okay, I can look at the side of my own head and sort of see the angle where the hairline goes. So I'm just going to sort of try to copy that. And come back for, yeah, maybe I made it, maybe I made his, shoot, I messed it up. This should be further back, but whatever, you know, it's not terrible. He just has to have big sideburns. Just like me, just like his father, right? You know, my baby's all grown up. Try to get some of the shape of that head here. Remember, the neck attaches very high, otherwise it'll look really weird. And then the what do you call it? The mouth, you can think of that as a funnel coming down. There's a sternocleidomastoid muscle that goes from the behind the ear coming down. So I may have messed it up because I ran out of paper and I was trying to squeeze it down in, but it's kind of a rough lay-in of what his head might be. I can look at my own ear and copy the shapes. I forget the names of all the anatomy of the ear part. It's just ballpark anyway. So anyway, I guess you guys get the idea of how to draw your character from the side. When I sculpt this, this is going to be a real help to me. Alright, I'm going to hit pause, and I should record and upload all of these, and we should be good to go. So, before you begin your sculpture, this is something that you guys need to do. And just take your existing character from your lineup and put them in a pose. Alright, I'm going to stop recording. Hope that was helpful.